Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mancillon. I'm called to come back and speak about transcendental psychology. It's kind of late, so like a candlelight. And so I wanted to thank you for your support so very much for all this time and for continuing to cultivate your own sense of connection to your inner self. That's very, very essential, very important. For at the beginning, when we look at this, we come into this reality, everything is black and white. I don't like. It is good, it is bad. It is so we have created this great deal of separation in terms of we need to discriminate between what we feel is to be good and feel not to be good for us. But eventually, this black and white situation changes and transforms to see everything as just shades of gray. Dark gray, light gray, that are opposing themselves, those forces always opposing themselves for the purpose of the whole evolution. So understanding the universe knew that when God created the universe, that he was gonna suffer with all our suffering, but he was gonna be victorious with all of our victory. So understanding we're all evolving as one, and we are growing in and towards the light. So it is important not to forget that. And because if once we open our third eye and we get enough clarity, we can see past life, we can see, and then if we look at anybody's energy and the totality of his field, you can see all his spiritual origin, the causes of all that is going on. First, you recognize his multidimensional nature, but you can also see that everybody is perfectly exactly where they chose to be. Um, is the cat? Yeah, it's gonna come in, and so it's like everything is perfect in many ways, because we all came here with every time we have an incarnation, we choose a range of experiences that are predestined and certain lessons we need to learn. Then if we don't complete it, we can always come back. Also, I'd say that as the Buddha said, the Dharma, the law, all the principles that allows us to ascend to nirvana, to the state of samadhi. It's just like a boat that we help us cross the river. It's only a boat. We're not with all the techniques and tools are only techniques and tools to get there. So it's very to understand that. Also, some people are concerned about extraterrestrial invasion. For there's many extraterrestrials that interact with the planet. The planet is safe and everything is in track. But there is a species of extraterrestrial beings that are completely invaded the planet. They're completely in control. We're completely at their service. They're everywhere. They're called cats, little cats. They're everywhere. They completely. They we are really they're really in the dominant position, and they're everywhere. They completely control the internet, or they have excellent PR on the internet, but we love them, and they're a powerful energy center that can appease, and so we learn to live with them. Although sometimes you feel like you're living in your cat's home, but and so, for understanding also, when we look at history or anything in part of the past, it's like we all contributed to the creation of this history. We all had many past lives. Some of them we created this history. The names that we had was as in all the history books, and sometimes we had anonymous past life, anonymous life. But we all contributed both for the light and the dark. We had to explore all things. So it's good to continue to forgive, and as the memory awakens, because if we're very severe on somebody that's doing something really, really nasty, and then God shows us that in the past we were 10 times more nasty, we're going to have to develop a deep self-judgment and condemnation upon ourselves. So it's good to forgive. I'm not saying we did anything wrong. I'm just saying until we know, we do not know. And there are a lot of people that have this grand illusion of grandeur with this super ego, the Nietzsche, or the celebrities and power people in play. But in truth, only God is power. And when the time will come, they will see what that means. Which is the will of God is always a wonderful expression of evolution when God intervene. Also wanted to discuss briefly secret society. Those are pro-life, that want to free humanity, and those who are negatively oriented, that are just as extraterrestrials and just as self-serving and greedy, and or for whatever reason. But all organization, there's been faction inside them, because they've been invaded by the dark ones. There's been light beings that integrated the light dark communities, and the light communities have also been invaded by some darker beings. So there are factions. Originally, it's like the Illuminati was on the one side, and the Rose Cross were on the other side, defending the Christian values. But even the Templars were going to need the Templars, because they're a really powerful force, that they've always been faithful to the chain, the Christ commands. And so, but it's like they all have, it's like the Freemason, and they originally they were really good, but then this faction within, it depends on the country. I had a friend, somebody I know, in the West Coast. He was the Grand Master for the Grand Orient, the Lodge of the Grand Orient in the West Coast of America. And every year he used to send me the 10, 12, 15 subjects that they're going to discuss all year long. And they were really intelligent. They were really deep philosophical questions in relationship to how society should function. After that, there was all kinds of things behind the scene that is going on. But I may have to look into that, to talk to all those people eventually. Can't create the ascension without talking to those people. And all of the secret society, aussi bien the positive than the negative one, they all have to come to a resolution at some point. And just as when I was in United States, when I was in LA, I used to I explore every religion, every spiritual group's beliefs, to check it all out, to see who stand where. For at the end, there is just the living presence of God, and the I am presence, who you are, really who we are, and our spiritual complex. And so I was looking. Isaac Newton he was also looking for the theory of the whole. He was the founding father of modern physics, although he was much more interested in metaphysics than physics. He invented the cat trap, or the cat go in and out. I'm not really sure why his character as a human wasn't maybe so glamorous, but he did put on some solid base root for understanding of physics. Very soon we're going to move into a higher level of metaphysics, which is metaphysics is going directly to the result, making what you want to happen, rather than having to explain it through mathematics or equations or so on. Although the physics will still be interesting, we'll still need to explain certain things once we discover them. One is also to say that there is always hierarchies, even in the spiritual, even in the galactics. It's the wisest beings that are in the high commands, and even down here, on the Earth, all the groups, the ET groups that we could that we know from mythology, like the Yahweh, Jehovah programs of the Anunnaki, or the RA collective, or the Greek gods, or the Nordic gods. So they all had certain hierarchies in the way they function, and they will soon come back in many ways. Well, I'll pull a few cards. The observer of the day is the guardian. It is a mystical experience, a new level of initiations that are coming. The highest wisdom is as above, so below. It's a great blessings coming from the sky. What needs to be understood is like a bubble, to be spontaneous, to be in the moment. What we need to do is the mother's milk. It's the idea of the duality that wants to return to the unity. And the outcome is high tension. So we need to breathe, we need to relax, we need to let tension go, to do all we can to understand we're just passing through. So it's all just passing through. We're merging and moving towards something a lot better, greater, grander, and trust the process, and what we seek to achieve is residency on paradise. Eventually, that's like the prodigious son, daughters that have made it all the way, traverse all of the universe, the super universe, the central universe, to eventually emerge as citizens of paradise. And for when God created those 7 super universes, hundreds of thousands of universes, for billions of years and billions of years, none of them ever made it to the central universe. Until one day, from the first super universe, there was one ascending mortals that made it to the central universe and became the first ascender in all time history. His name is Grand Fonda. is the head of all the corps of finality. Is the first one, but and then from a seven super universe, we are like people, the spirits were like. Hope someday, whenever from our own super universe, we'll pass the door to the central universe. And now, in our days and age, it's like every day there is beings from all super universe that traverse the central universe. And even on Paradise, there was for when then there is vast finaliter corps that are sent into all kinds of mission behind the scenes that are part of the ascending communities. But there are some that are allowed to stay on Paradise as paradise citizens. For the paradise is like a flat surface, it's like elliptic, but at the very center there is God, the paradise trinity. Then there is the most holy spheres. It's a sphere completely spiritual. And then there are 7 concentric zones of living a residential area. The first zone is for the paradise citizen, but the second zone is for the ascending being, and this is divided in 7 zones for each 7 super universe. And it was revealed in the Urantia book that right now, at present day, the ascender from the 7 super universe are on Orvonton. They are 10 power 128. It means one with 128 zeros of living beings living there, but it's only 4% of that zone that is, so it's very vast. It's far bigger and greater and more amazing than anything we can never imagine what God reserves. It's like every time we move on to a new level, a new layer, there is greater discovery, and it's almost never ending, and it won't be never ending until we actually achieve a permanent residence on the Isle of God. For that is just a process. It's only also a process because there is really there is no limitation really in relationship to whatever. It depends on our consciousness, and for God Himself is the regulator of all those experiences. So you can be confident that all things will, as we surround her, we submit to the love, to the inner guidance, things unfold naturally. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I wanted to thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and for your support. I want to pull one more card. I was going to sing this song for like 3 days. It's been in my mind, but it's too hard to sing right now. I have to go get the words too. It's a song of Fiona Apple called Dream to Sleep. I don't know why this song is really sticking to me. Well, I'm going to sing another one. I'm sure this one you know. Maybe you want to sing it along. It's about traveling the sea. It goes like this. In the town where I was born, lived a man who sailed the sea, and he told us all his life in the land of submarines. We all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. We all lived in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. So we sailed on to the sun till we found the sea of green, and we lived beneath the wave in our yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. And our friends are all aboard, many more of them live next door. And the band began to play, do-do-do-do, 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 do-do-do-do. We all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. As we live the life of ease, every one of us has all we need. Skies of blue and sea of green in our yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. So, I was living in a yellow submarine For it's about finding contentment mostly in life, and if we can find contentment to increase our serotonin level, the dopamine we always we want more, and with the serotonin, so it's about controlling the internal chemistry that we have. Eventually, our soul is already a master of that to teach us through the release of chemicals, to work through energies. For there are hundreds of thousands of chemical processes that are happening constantly within the body. It's quite an amazing creation. And the card of the day is the Eight of Gabriel. She's like flying in the sky. Abundant activity. The results are quick in coming. Communication is essential. So continue to be ready to communicate and be ready to receive communication, to share communication, and to move into action. We're really going to be moving into a new cycle of the mission, a new phase of life, a new chapter. Thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.